Working to put out hot spots around a brush fire that threatened a Butte County neighborhood. This one happened along 14th Street. So this is near 99 and 70 south of Oroville area in Butte County. And it's where we find Action News Now reporter Tori Apodaca. Tori, what are you learning about how this fire started?
The fire is still under investigation, Haley, so firefighters don't know what caused it. But I did talk to some neighbors who say that they sometimes see people loitering in this area, so they suspect that it might have been human-caused. A viewer sent us this video of when the fire erupted around noon. It quickly hopped the street, so both sides of Grand Avenue were burning. Fire crews responded quickly, protecting the homes just feet from the flames.
Gotta be people starting them. Either
that or chains from chainsaws from people trying to clear out areas.
It may not be all nefarious, but it's happening because of negligence, that's for sure.
We have animals and stuff, so we had to hurry up and get home and try to get everything prepared. But as for evacuations out here, it's getting easier and easier because it's happening so much.
We're on standby.
Despite evacuation orders, many neighbors decided to stick around to see crews knock down the flames. The fire scorched a total of 11.5 acres. Crews used water tenders and a dozer to get things under control. And crews have been out here all afternoon and just recently left, and we're mopping up this area here, as well as the area that was burning across the street. That is until forward progress stopped at around 1:15 p.m. Live in Thermalito, Tori Apodaca, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Thanks, Tori. And while those neighbors do have their speculations about what could have started that fire, as Tori mentioned, that fire is still under investigation. Crews were able to stop forward progress, though, from damaging any homes.
Happening in 1 hour, the Chico City Council will interview applicants for the 2 vacant city council seats. There are 21 applicants who want to replace Scott Huber and Camille Denley, who both resigned within a week of each other. Former council member and Butte County Supervisor Larry Wall, as well as former council member Tom Nickel are among them, as is former Chico Police Chief Mike O'Brien. After the interviews are over today, council members can make 2 nominations each. Then they'll vote by next week and swear in the new members August 3rd.
Happening today, Reading City Council will vote on whether to continue voluntary water conservation efforts. Those have been in place since May. Some businesses in downtown Reading say the recommended cuts aren't very strict. Others say they can't afford to use any less water than they already do right now.
You can't cut back much more than we are right now. You know, like I said, you got to do the dishes, and then if people ask for water, we give it to them.
Well, our family have decided to cut back our watering of our grass, even though it's all brown. Our plan is also to cut back on our long showers. So we're down to 2-minute showers. They used to call them Navy showers because that's what you did aboard ship.
The city is also planning to sell water. The city is also planning to sell water for no profit to Bella Vista, Shasta Community Services, and Clear Creek Community Services districts. The city says any future mandatory water conservation efforts, those would likely come from the state, not from city leaders. Reading City Council will also consider a $326 emergency first responder fee. It would generate about $391,000 for the general fund each year. Today, some of the nation's top lawmakers testified before Congress about the spread of the Delta variant of COVID-19 and how that may impact students returning to school this fall.
Well, as Natalie Brand reports, the hearing comes after a fully vaccinated White House official and an aide to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tested positive for COVID-19.
While hosting Super Bowl champions at the White House, President Biden made a direct plea to any players who haven't yet been vaccinated.
Get one, okay?
Amen.
Get one. Get one, get one. And you're saving lives.
This comes as the White House is dealing with a breakthrough case of COVID-19. A fully vaccinated staffer tested positive for the virus.
The White House Medical Unit has conducted contact tracing interviews and determined no close contacts among White House principals or staff or the president.
On Capitol Hill, a fully vaccinated senior aide to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also tested positive. That person came in contact with the group of Democratic Texas state lawmakers who are in D.C. lobbying for action on voting rights. Several of them have also tested positive in a growing number of breakthrough cases.
In a Senate hearing on Capitol Hill, the government's top health experts were asked about breakthrough infections. Dr. Anthony Fauci said the vaccine is still the best defense, especially against serious disease.
When you hear about a breakthrough infection, that doesn't necessarily mean the vaccine is failing, because it's still holding true, particularly with regard to protection against severe disease.
The head of the CDC warned that coronavirus deaths are once again on the rise, especially in under-vaccinated parts of the country.
Still, nearly 2/3 of counties in the United States have vaccine coverage less than 40%. In areas where vaccine coverage is low, cases and hospitalizations are starting to climb again.
Dr. Rochelle Walensky also said that the Delta variant now accounts for more than 80% of COVID cases. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The American Academy of Pediatrics is now recommending children 2 and older wear face masks when they return to school in the fall, even if they have been vaccinated. Well, the bootleg fire is roaring to our north. We'll show you the challenges crews are facing there.
Plus, a shooting suspect tells the judge he's guilty. What's next in the deadly synagogue attack? And new at 5, local leaders working to get a new sheriff in office in a hurry. The plan for new law enforcement leadership.
I'm here to make something about that, Brian. Worse. No, that's fine. New at 5, Shasta County supervisors are taking new steps toward finding a permanent sheriff.
That's right. Action News Network reporter Anna Torrea shows us what's next.
Shasta County supervisors moving in a direction to appoint their next sheriff. They voted 4-1.
Supervisor Clementi?
Yes.
Supervisor Modi?
Yes.
Supervisor Rickert?
Yes.
Supervisor Jones?
No.
And Supervisor Baugh?
Yes. Okay, so it passes 4-1.
Supervisors Rickert, Clementi, Modi, and Baugh voted to appoint the next sheriff of Shasta County, while Supervisor Jones wanted to put it in the voters' hands.
My concern is that we're going to do exactly what we did 18 months ago, and it eliminates the public's ability to vet their next sheriff.
I think that for the leadership that we need in this county, you do need to make the appointment. make the best choice you can.
Right now, this county needs a strong law enforcement officer. We need a very strong hand at the helm, and I think it's important that we appoint someone that's willing to take that on.
Anderson Police Chief Michael Johnson expressed interest in the position, and at the meeting, Supervisor Les Baugh was in favor of the choice.
I have shown interest in the sheriff's position. I have been pursuing it since it was opened up, if you will. I was shocked, but very pleasantly so. I am very honored and humbled that they have the faith in me.
Also at the board meeting, supervisors voted 3-2 to raise the pay for the sheriff's position to $205,000. And at next week's Board of Supervisors meeting, they will officially appoint their new sheriff. Reporting in Reading, Anna Torrea, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Last month, former Shasta County Sheriff Eric McGreeny stepped down and became the new assistant CEO for the county. The election for a new sheriff, that will take place in June 2022.
Today, the accused synagogue shooter pleaded guilty to that murder, that 2019 attack that killed one woman and injured 3 others. This was in San Diego County. In exchange, John Ernest will likely get life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus 137 years to life. He also pleaded guilty to an arson charge for setting fire to a mosque in Escondido. He previously admitted to both in an online open letter. Sentencing is set for September 30th. Well, mutual aid has firefighters worn thin. New at 5:30, how they're giving the Dixie Fire battle their all as wildfires continue to spark.
Plus, we're tracking the Dixie Fire as it spreads toward Butte Valley Reservoir. What you need to know.
The fire conditions tomorrow will be similar to today, probably a degree or 2 cooler than it was this afternoon, but still seasonable. Upper 80s and lower 90s in the foothills, upper 90s to near 100 for the valley. The wind, thankfully, only around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Humidity, though, problematic. It will be in the teens, so moderate to high fire danger. I'll let you know what changes are coming right after this.
And now, Action News Now Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
We're taking another live look over that massive smoke plume above the Dixie Fire burning in Plumas County.
It's a remarkable contrast there. That's that smoke plume, that column, and then the clear blue sky, the beautiful green forest there. Chief Meteorologist Jason Siff is tracking conditions for us. What's the very latest right now, Jason?
Yeah, we still have that southerly breeze, 10 to 20 miles an hour. Lots of heat, but there's also a big contrast between the current situation and a day ago when we had so much monsoonal moisture. Coming up later on our newscast, we're going to describe the differences and why we had those amazing pyrocumulonimbus clouds that were over much of Plumas and Lassen County. But right now, it's all about the fire danger for Modoc County. That is the most severe going forward. We still have a couple red flag warnings out. One tonight through 8 p.m. Another one for Wednesday, 2 p.m. for 8 p.m. Also, we'll have some more gusty wind there than other locations, especially around the plateau, the flatlands. There's just nothing really to stop that wind at all. But everyone's still going to have a lot of hot and dry air, dry fuel too. So be cautious, even though we might not have that strong a wind. Any fires that begin will still spread. It's been a hot day, seasonable day too. We had a high of 101 degrees today in Redding. It's currently 99. Also 99 degrees in Oroville and Chico. It's 82 though. Look at the difference. Chester, with all that smoke in the air, it just isn't warming up. Only 82 degrees and 92 degrees in Paradise as well as Quincy. But as advertised and expected, it's a little bit cooler than yesterday, 1 to 4 degrees cooler than just 24 hours ago. But here's that big difference. You remember yesterday I was showing you the smoke plume from the Dixie fire and we had those gigantic radar echoes. That is not the situation now because we don't have all that monsoonal moisture moving overhead. So it's just the smoke. It makes it a little bit safer because we don't have the lightning strikes coming out of those pyrocumulonimbus clouds. But the good news is we do not have any good chances for any more thunderstorms anytime soon. Lots of sunshine except for the haze and smoke from our area of fires, both for tomorrow and for Thursday. And we're still going to maintain that sunny sky on Friday and Saturday too. Then the same old ridge of high pressure I've been tracking pretty much all month. It keeps wobbling back and forth. It wants to once again bring some more monsoonal moisture our way late Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. Not a good chance for us to have any measurable rain. However, we'll definitely have more clouds by early next week. So if you need to do some yard work, it's a little bit better to do it the next 2 days than days 3 and 4 because we're going to have hotter weather. Just make sure if you have dry grasses near your property, you're cautious. We don't want more fires to spread. Here's a forecast for tomorrow for the northern mountains, upper 80s and lower to mid 90s. 95 for Hayfork with lots of sunshine. 95 also for Weaverville. 85 degrees is all we're going to be able to muster in Chester because of all the smoke in the air. 92 degrees for Quincy and 85 degrees for Mineral. 88 degrees for a high tomorrow in Magalia. 87 in Concal. 90 hot degrees in Paradise after a fairly mild morning. And for the Valley, we'll have a clear sky tonight. A little bit hazy here and there. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s. Highs seasonable and pretty much where they were today. Upper 90s and lower 100s. The Chico area, lots of 60s for overnight lows, daytime highs, mid to upper 90s for tomorrow afternoon. And we'll have a gradual warming trend through Saturday to slightly hotter than average, but certainly not as hot as it was a couple weeks ago. 102 degrees on Saturday in Chico, cooling with more clouds next week. And for Redding, still 5 more days at least of triple digits, but those clouds Monday and Tuesday may keep us below